everyone! Welcome back to some more Kingdom Come. We are back in the mill because I went back to the city to sell a lot of the stuff that was in our horse's saddlebags. And since I was back here, I was going to go talk to Teresa. Okay. Because I don't remember who, but someone mentioned that we should go talk to her.
Look where you're going.
I mean, you're... Whoa, I was in the... Oh, that was weird. Have I brought you something?
I'd like to know... How are the Skalitz folk getting on?
They're alive. That's the main thing. They have shelter, but they're just scraping by. Rattay's citizens aren't happy the town is full of beggars who don't look like leaving anytime soon.
Understandable.
That's all. So, how have you been?
I can't stop thinking about Skalitz.
I know. It was hell. But life has to go on. Why not clear your head and try to forget about it? At least for now.
What do you mean?
Do you feel like a walk?
That's not a bad idea. And where would you care to go?
Stroll along the river.
What if we took a stroll along the river?
Why not? That sounds lovely. Shall we go?
Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. This is going to be a little longer than I think I originally planned for, but why not? Here, you can walk and I'll ride the horse. You're free to join me as well, but I'm behind you. Actually, this probably isn't romantic, is it? Yeah, let's just hop off there. I'm here.
That was a good idea to go for a walk. Not that I don't like the mill, but you get tired of it. So I'm glad you took me out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also,
I'd
hold
love
on.
to see the markets in Prague one day. Have you ever been to Prague?
Never been there. Hush for one moment, please. Alright, so where is buffs? Alright, so alpha male. I wanted to test this off of screen in case, well, we do it later. Because this game just said it has nudity, and I wanted to know what it was like. So I went to the Bathhouse and did the whole, hey, you know, I'll take a woman or whatever. It comes with it. There is no nudity in the game. It's just it counts down time. But you do get this buff, the alpha male. So you get a charisma buff of +2. And that's what you get for sleeping with a Bathhouse person. So if you're wondering what that lion buff is, that's what that is from.
Assholes.
It was like 40 gold? 40 what? Grossets? However you pronounce that?
I'd love to listen to that young preacher, Jan Hus. They say he preaches in the common tongue. Everyone's talking about it.
I bet he's just handsome. That's why the women dote on him.
You're a right one. A preacher doesn't need good looks for people to listen to him.
And what about that fine fellow at St. James? I know full well why all the girls have started going to confession, and you have too, so don't give me any of that.
You scoundrel. Well, all right. I admit I find him
Savage.
handsome. But that doesn't make me a bad Christian.
I'd never dare to suggest such a thing.
Tell you what. Let's not dawdle. Last one is a slimy slug.
Are we
Look where
actually
you're going.
racing? Where am I racing to? Oh no! Oh, my ankle hurts so much. Oh my god, no! You're gonna overtake me. Oh my god, my ankle. Weird ankle cramps. Can you even get ankle cramps? Is that even a thing? My leg cramps. Oh, you're so fast. Oh no, I gotta pick this flower. That's not a flower you can pick. So close. The thing is, like, I'm keeping up with her by just walking forward.
That was fun.
That was so much fun.
Sit down here next to me, Hal.
Woo! Man, we ran. That was neat.
And what about you? I heard you're helping Sir Radzig.
Sir Radzig has me running in a few errands. I have to say, he always treats me well. And I make a wage.
So you've had your turn of luck. What's it like serving nobility?
I don't know. I suppose it's a job like any other.
Of course. I'm sure it's no different than being a charcoal burner. You'll have to
different.
try harder than that.
Now then.
Ah, Henry, what am I going to do with you? Wandering the land, turning innocent girls' heads?
Yeah.
What? I hope your knees didn't buckle too.
You rascal. You know what? Ask me another time.
Another time?
The next time you come to see me. You will come and see me again, won't you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I am awfully busy.
Well, if you do find the time, I'll be glad to see you. But now I have to go.
Can I go with you?
Just a little way. I don't want anyone to gossip.
Oh, please, can we run again? That's what's so much fun. I must ask Teresa out again in a couple of days? Okay. Is that how courtship works? Is she gonna text me? Do I text
Thank you
her?
for
Like, do I
coming
text
with me.
her on the same night, but like really late at night, so a few hours passed? I don't know, does that seem desperate? But like, I really want to talk to her, though. Man. Maybe I go ask that person I met at the bathhouse last night, see what she thinks about this. Should I text the girl at the bathhouse? Like, would that be weird? The thoughts going through Henry's mind, if this was a modern day. But yeah, if we ever need a charisma bonus, go visit them. 40 gold, plus 2 charisma bonus. Let's see. I think now we should just fast travel. Yeah. You want to go all the way up here to Ujits. Or we could also deal with those bandits. And we still need to pick the lock here. Actually, where is that bandit mission? That's not really popping up, is it? It was east of Rete. It's also a quest giver there. You know, I kind of want to finish this quest, so let's go up here. Go over my personal little bridge there. I hope we don't get another one of those carcass events with the same villager lady. Nothing. Alright then. Can we cancel the trip? Nope. Okay. Trying to press all the buttons. Find out where the limping bandit live. Oh god, find out where the graphics went to. Jesus. Madam, I don't believe you've loaded in yet. Are you okay? There you go. Well, he said that he lives in a house on the outside of town. But I imagine we should be able to just, like, ask the people, right? Hello, madam. Do you know someone who limps? Sorry to whistle in your ear. I pressed the wrong button.
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
That'll be Lubosh. Gallows bait if I ever saw one. His place is at the end of the village next to the stream. Take him and welcome.
That was easy. Okay. Whoa, jeez. Oh, that's right, because I called you. Pebble's such a loyal horse. Still not as cool as Roach. You never will be. It's okay, though. Pardon me. Oh boy. Well, I wonder if this is the place. Don't worry, friends. Step aside. I am currently alpha male. Sir? I don't want to okay, there's the rest of your head.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
If that's what you call nothing to see, I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Oh boy. Okay.
Sacre. Nothing's ever easy.
My neck is gone.
I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Well, yeah, let's see. He had a fun night, huh? I was off in the baths. He was off getting gutted. Basically the same night. Well.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Alright.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
Alright.
Another thing about Lubosh.
I guess, yeah, okay. So we're done here. Okay. How about you, villager?
God be with you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Of course. Ask away.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him much, but I wouldn't wish an end like that on any man.
Okay.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was skulking.
I may know.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
Not a clue.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
He was a loner. He didn't even have any mates in the tavern.
Well, thanks for
all.
nothing.
Thank you.
Let's go inside. Hey, Lubosh, I need to ask you a few questions. Let's close this door. No one needs to see this. It's a gruesome scene. Let's see. What do you have to take? I mean, evidence.
A bed.
Oh, is that what that is? How hungry am I? I'm pretty hungry. Dead man's stew? Sure. Just as tasty as living people stew. Well, I think that makes... Okay, take care of that. Let's see. Inspect.
Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything?
Wait, what the hell?
An inscription in blood. It's a pity I don't know how to read.
Damn it.
Looks like they wanted to give someone a warning. But who? And a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day.
Zraku? Zra... Is that a D? L-E? Strat? I don't know. Nothing else here? Torso... Head.
What's this? Looks like someone's hit him very hard on the head. Could they have bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him? That would explain why he didn't scream.
Is that an axe just in the... Okay. Well, let's see. Well, actually, don't mind if I do. Let me see if I can do this with the controller. No, that's difficult with the controller. Shoot. Ah, damn it, dada. Mother. Fuck. I hate this lockpicking game, man. Gosh darn it, I just went through all 5 of them. Stupid lockpicking game. Alright. Can I just, like, bust it? I just slash you? It's a good way to damage the sword. Well, the hell do I do now? Find out more in this entire town. Yeah, okay. Maybe ask the neighbors. Oh, jeez, right. Hello? Madam, can I talk to you for a moment, please? Yeah, you. Can you step outside, please? So I can talk to you without getting in trouble. Thank you. Nope. Ma'am?
I've come in the name of Sahanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well.
Ask all you want, lad.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Everything about him was suspicious. I always gave him a wide berth.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
Those that live by the sword die by the sword. I'm not surprised the end he came to.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
How would I know?
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
I don't know, since I don't go to alehouses.
Alehouses. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll go there next.
Hey, Lord Almighty!
Okay. I believe this is the ale house in town. Hello, Joseph. Oh, wow. I'm actually looking over at
Jesus Christ be praised.
The news on this game on like the Steam page, and it says lockpicking mod for Kingdom Come has come. Man, I should download that before I started this. Oh, dice? Well,
Come in
first
the
work.
name of Sahanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That man Lubosh who...
I didn't really know him.
Okay.
Have you noticed that?
Well, come to think of it, he was in church yesterday.
Church?
He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
Alright, I will talk to the priest.
Do you know what
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering the village. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky, but after what happened, I wouldn't wonder.
Do you know anyone Lubosh?
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said much.
Thank you.
That's all. Thank you.
Now dice.
I hear you like a game of dice.
I guess pay this.
I'd like a beer.
I'll be right back with that.
Now we're talking. Roll again. Well then. It's pretty good first hand for you. Are those loaded? I guess we should probably just keep that.
That's it.
Oh, wow. Wait, did he get to go again?
Should I? Shouldn't I? No, I daren't.
Wait, so if you use all the dice, you get to roll again? I didn't know that.
Over here. I'd like to order.
Shit.
We'll see.
My pleasure.
Nice rolls. Oh, I'll fail it here.
God's holy hat.
Yes. I need to catch up. Oh, well. I will score and pass. Okay.
That's it.
Bust. Bust. Oh, come on, surely.
What do I have to do to get a drink here?
Here you are.
God's holy hat.
Yes.
Good help.
You push your luck. Get crushed.
Bust him out.
Yeah, give me a minute.
We are going to score and pass. All this is for like 7 gold. Which is not even that much. I just sold all that equipment for like 1,000. So this is nothing. Okay. Yeah! 6.99 grochens. Ha! In your face. Man, all that time spent for nothing. Basically. I love it. Hello, priest.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Wait,
Did you
call
know
me a child?
Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances. And this is one of them.
For heaven's sake, Father, can you really look me in the eye and tell me that, when you know you may be condemning innocent people to death?
Alpha male.
Because if I broke that vow, the consequences would be much worse than if I didn't. Maybe not immediately, but one day. The mills of God grind slowly.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening. In the tavern. Over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Okay. Just ride pebbles everywhere. Nice hat.
A tankard here.
Alright, well, here we are. Guess we just, wait. Yep. My sword arm is getting twitchy. I need to kill something. A bandit, preferably. Oh, hey, Father Godwin. Hey, what up?
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They were brutally murdered.
They're dead.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, thanks.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujit, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened in Noel? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
I don't think they were exaggerating.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful.
Absolutely dreadful.
Here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So,
okay.
About this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
Oh?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical, condemning vices, and of course describing them in detail. A tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days, and stories from real life with a nice moral to them are popular as well, especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Well, let me tell you about this bathhouse.
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
I'll be right back.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Wow. Things got heated. Okay.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticizes the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
Wait, he lives with a woman? When did we learn that out? Or learn of that?
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Okay.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
I probably should go visit that person who could teach us to read. Because, sorry, preacher, I don't read good.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe?
Sure they can.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. It's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Sure.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Hey, new level of drinking. We got drunk with a priest. What a great night.
Na kraj padł desej smutek, wiodnielo i rano utek, niech już małżeński majstak, do wczera żylne saje prak, už sej moji svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejbě jich muži, nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požerem si huby jako poslední jen,
And gambling. This is a preacher I can get with here. And arm wrestling? Is he gonna beat us? Oh, get crushed!
Enough of this!
Oh shit.
Bailiff! Come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped, and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can ride is me.
Enough!
Damn.
Men, throw them out.
Hey now, I am the law. How you gonna just throw a preacher out, man?
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Wait, the preacher's gonna throw down too? Alright, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Drunk fight? I'm a drunken master. Alright, preacher. Let's do this shit. Get off my friend. Get the f off my friend. Just get the f off my buddy. Ah!
What's the matter?
Jesus. Overkill. Ah! This is all you have to do in a fight. It's just jab them. Oh, you want a little bit? Do you want a little bit? Ah! Ooh, nice jab.
Do something quick! They're brawling there! Guards! Help! Stop that!
I don't know why we got reinforcements, but
It's a sin to fight so
God, oh God! Help! There's a brawl there!
Get your penance now.
yeah, that's right. I know the secrets of the brawl.
Wouldn't you like to have a little ring on the bell? No sooner said than done.
I'd love to. And Henry, too, I'm sure.
Don't move a muscle.
Right, Henry.
Surrender!
Stop that nonsense.
When guards challenge you
Are
to surrender,
out of
you can
your
do so
mind?
by LB and
What will
A.
people say?
They can say what they like.
Help!
What do I care?
Stop that brawling before they beat each other to death!
What's the step, my dears?
Well, I mean, the quest told me to go, ring the bell.
You gotta keep yourself up.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
That's a very impressive bell, man. Dude, we just messed that bailiff up.
Who says? Get
We outlawed
ringing,
him.
wench.
Wake up, people.
This is wonderful.
It's your 12 a.m. church call. Oh, Jesus.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Okay.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
Well,
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
warning, nudity. And of course we wake up in a field of sheep. Well. Oh, that's you. Sound like a sheep. Okay. What's the bag icon at the compass? Hold on. Is that a debuff? No. Do I have my inventory? We do. Okay.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Yep. That night went to places I was not expecting. Over and over again. And now we're passed out inside somewhere.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry.
That's me.
And we have a wonderful time.
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten? Where the fuck am I? What the fuck was it? Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like to help you, but you can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless.
Dude, you beat up the bailiff. Well, I beat up the bailiff, but you started the fight.
If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Wait, you're gonna break your vow? Your sacred vow? Like, alright. Okay. Let's go preach to the flock. Thou shalt not kill. I'm not gonna bring it up. Let's just go with it.
Well, alright. I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do, exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out.
If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
I kind of remember what the sermon was. A little drunk at the moment, though. Beer you get is 50% weaker, so you can drink more, but wine is twice as strong, and it will make you drunk faster. I assume that means we can just drink more to raise our drinking skill higher, quicker, basically. Under the influence of alcohol, your hand will shake 25% less, and your bow skill is higher, really, by 2. But when sober, your hand will shake 25% more. We'll do beer, bibber, whatever. I'm not much of a connoisseur of vine. Wait, did any of our other perks go up? Aha. Your attacks cause 20% greater damage, but cost 10% more stamina. Only applies to weapons that require strength. Let's do the mule too. Still waiting for that to upgrade again. If you don't either overeat or go hungry for 5 consecutive days, you get a +1 bonus on vitality and agility. You can dispel hunger with anything. You won't suffer from eating poison or spoiled food, but neither will you have any positive effect from it. Balanced diet, we could probably do that. Yeah, there we go. It's already activated. How is our nourishment anyway? Okay. Well, we should probably eat some peasant stew. Maybe after the sermon. Alright, man, let's do this. Oh my god. It has to be, like, blasphemous, sacrilegious to try and give a sermon when you're not ordained a priest, right?
I thought he'd never show up. The swill pup.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Oh yeah, he was there.
Mother of God, any minute now he'd throw up.
So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas.
Oh boy.
Hoc facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where by the grace of God was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard.
Oh my God.
Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
Oh boy.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
Creation has given to every man the power by which he might rule the whole world. But that power does not give him the right to rule. That right belongs to God alone.
Okay.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, humans, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
I mean, we did both of those yesterday.
It is
so
the
like,
custom of the gluttonous prelates and monks to preach against sin. But what do they know of us ordinary folk? Let us remember the marriage at Cana, where our Lord Jesus Christ himself feasted with the other guests and drank his fill. And when the wine was gone, he performed a miracle and created more. He, whose companions were poor travellers, simple folk, prostitutes and troublemakers, performed a miracle so the feast could continue.
Now that's the kind of sermon I like to hear.
No, brothers and sisters. Jesus did not condemn alcohol. Drink to lighten the cross you bear in this vale of tears, but not with such abandon that you cannot keep holy the Sabbath. For there should be moderation in all things, and it is not drinking itself that is sinful, but intemperance and beastly indulgence.
He's right.
Yep, that's me. Mr. Right.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates! Away with them!
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
Again, do your lips move? Try some quote to conclude.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled with righteous wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you, and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Aye, all honour to Godwin. Let him drink like one of us.
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
I think that went pretty well.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that was.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a silver tongue.
I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, but he told him nicely.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So,
What did Limpy Lubosh tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you?
Well, now Lubosh came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubosh kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubosh killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko. Pius, Timmy.
Pius. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
Oh, we gotta go see Teresa again?
Here again. I enjoyed it last time.
Okay. So what is that purse icon, though? Do I not have my money? Groschen, 981. That seems about right. I don't know what that icon is. But that's going to do it, I think, for this episode, everyone. Maybe I guess we'll go see Teresa again and track down Riki. Oh, the scribe is here. Oh, we should probably also do that too. Oh yeah, find the 9 gals. Whatever that is. Kill the camp leader. Oh. You can only track 3 side quests and activities. Let's not track that. Don't track vengeance? Right? Because we haven't actually found anything yet? Oh, find the footpad in Ledechko. Track down Riki. We know where you are. We need to visit the scribe. Well, we'll do that first, then we can mark the other one. Alright, so we got some things to do next time. So thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.